What's up, guys? So, I've recently rediscovered my love of Ben 10. I was obsessed with this show when I was 10, up to the point where the original theme song was on my first iPod. Seriously, if you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. In the episode Ben 10,000, Ben and Gwen get transported into the future and meet their future selves. Later on, they explore this episode again in an episode called Ken 10, when future Ben gives his son Ken his own Omnitrix, and despite having 10,000 heroes at his access at this point, he only lets Ken have 10. And he doesn't let him choose which 10, he gives him a pretty piss-poor assortment, if you ask me. But he gives him a few good ones, a few classics, but it got me thinking, which 10 would I pick? Because I would pick. I wouldn't let my dad dictate that. I would be like, no, if you're only giving me 10, you're going to give me my own personal Pokemon team. So, I believe I have picked my 10. I want to preface this by saying I watched every episode of the original and every episode of Omniverse and most episodes of all the others, but I think there's probably a few I've missed. So if there's a few aliens I haven't discovered and I come back to this later, that is why. So let's get started with number 1. For my number 1, I chose Heat Blast. Ben's first transformation is my first choice. Who wouldn't want to be on fire all the time? When I was a kid, fire heroes were the coolest. Pyro, Human Torch, and Heat Blast. Loved it. And, I would definitely try not to abuse this power, but let's be real, we would all abuse fire powers. For number 2, I picked Wrath. Wrath might be the alien I relate to the most. He's voiced by Jean DiMaggio, and he has the same attitude that I have towards everything. Like, he screams at anything that disobeys him, from watches to cars to children, and, he's also pretty strong and scrappy in a fight. So why don't you tell me? Why wouldn't you pick Wrath, you silly viewers? For number 3, I picked XLR8, or Accelerate, as it is known when you say it correctly. I've heard people just butcher that name before. Anyway, besides the point, Speedster is a cliche for a reason. There is very little you can't accomplish if you're moving faster than sound, and there's also the utility of being able to return to home, or anywhere for that matter, in just a matter of moments. Accelerate is a must-have. For number 4, I chose 4 Arms. Now, this spot nearly went to Humongousaur, but 4 Arms is just as strong, at least from what I can tell. Plus, I've got Way Big next on the list, so no worries on size. Oh, and also 4 Arms has 4 arms. It's 2 more than all the other heavy hitters. For number 5, as I was just saying, is Way Big. Way Big is way big. Enough said. But, for real, if some sort of giant kaiju shows up, Wrath and 4 Arms just aren't gonna cut it. Also, imagine like you're too tired to fight, but you got some asshole picking on you. You just get Way Big and then squish him, step on him. Victory. For number 6, I went with Gray Matter. I'm reasonably smart, but Galvans, like Gray Matter, are supposed to be the smartest beings in the universe, from what I can tell. And there's also the benefit of a Galvan having invented the Omnitrix, so this transformation might help you understand how to fix it if it was broken, or possibly even upgrade it if you were ready to do that. Side note, I always wondered how Ken 10 managed to upgrade his Omnitrix as Gray Matter when the button is on Gray Matter's back. Mystery. For number 7, I chose Ripjaws. The water is a dangerous place, unless you have massive teeth and weird flipper feet that can also be a mermaid tail. Anytime I went swimming as a kid, I was pretending to be Ripjaws. I would be lying to myself if he wasn't on this list. For number 8, might be a bit of surprise, but I chose Blocks. Now, he might be the coolest idea for an alien yet. He is made of fucking Legos. That's brilliant. That's enough to earn a spot right there. But I do want to add that I've been playing with Legos my entire life, and I would never not have a cool idea of what to do if I was made of Legos. I think my first transformation, though, would have to be the Death Star. I'm not sure if it would actually fire, but I'm pretty sure whoever I was pointed at would piss their pants. For number 9, I chose Stinkfly. Sure, he's stinky, but there's more to him than that. Not only is Stinkfly hilarious, but every team needs a flyer. He's an OG, and he's stuck around for a reason. No one is going to be happy if you fly up on them and squirt bug sludge in their face. This guy is both funny and mean, and that is a perfect combination for me. Now I know what you're thinking. Spot number 10 should go to Alien X, right? Just makes sense? Well, it doesn't. It's a whole ordeal, and I'm not into it. So don't ask. And number 10, for real, goes to Feedback. Feedback is said to be Ben's favorite alien, and for good reason. That scene where Ben loses feedback to malware traumatizes me to this day. And the fact that he doesn't manage to fix it for years just salts the wound. He does eventually get the transformation back, though, so there's that. Feedback is so cool, though. His power to reflect enemy energy right back at them, a la the backlash wave, probably my favorite technique ever. He's almost unbeatable. He's not unbeatable, but he's pretty damn close, I'd say. And that would be my 10 starter aliens, as you say. What do you think? I'm starting to think that Pokemon has corrupted the way that I team build. Did I overlap anywhere or pick wrong? Who would you choose? Let me know. Catch you later.